What's up guys, it's zTizzle, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the game Watch Dogs. As you can see, I've just got some gameplay of Watch Dogs in the background. I have finished the campaign, so I don't have any more of the storyline missions. So I've just got me like driving around, doing a couple of the side missions, and just kind of messing around in the background for you guys to see. Now, I'm just going to start going through topics. I'm just going to say like the things that were good and the things that were bad in the game, and then I'm going to give you my opinion of the game. So, I'm going to turn my volume down just a little bit. Okay, so the things that I thought were good in the game were the graphics. First off, we pretty much have to touch on that first, or almost first. The graphics, I thought they were very good. Everything was detailed, in my opinion. Everything looked really good. Of course, at the E3 trailer or the gameplay trailer, it looked better. But I mean, they have a little slice of the game for that trailer, and they work on it as good as they possibly can to make the game look so extremely good. So I mean, it's understandable that the game might look a little bit worse than that because they've polished that to be as good as it can be. But I mean, I think the game looks really good. I play on PS4, and I think it looks really good. The next thing is this game has a lot of driving in it, and I thought that the driving felt really good. It I mean, about the only thing you can compare it to is GTA. The whole game is a lot like GTA, which isn't a bad thing. I thought it was a really good thing. But did think that GTA's driving felt a little bit better. But I mean, that's understandable because they've been doing driving games for. I mean, it's GTA. But I thought that the driving in this game felt very smooth. Nice thing was that because you only play as one character, you have all of your abilities and everything on that one character. Whereas in GTA, you play as 3 different characters that all have different abilities. So in this game, you could slow down time, like in GTA, but you can do it at any time when you're driving or when you're not. Where in GTA, you have to be playing as Franklin to slow down time while you're driving, and Michael to slow down time, where you're just fighting in person. So, just fighting in person, the gunfighting, I thought it felt very good, and a lot of the game, you'll see a little bit of this gameplay here, and a little bit when I just stop and do a mission. It's a stealthy mission, and a lot of this game was stealthy, and I thought the stealth felt very good. It felt really good to be hiding behind cover, and then have your suppressed pistol out, and then pop up and headshot someone, and then drop back down, and then move to different cover and take someone else out, and just do that, and then take out a whole yard of people. So the next thing, the main part of this game, the main thing that they advertised it as, was the hacking, and I actually thought that the hacking was done very well in this game. You could hack just about anything. I mean, you can hack cars to turn on their car alarms. You can hack a security camera and view through it. You can hack street lights. You can hack bridges. You can hack into other people's bank accounts and steal their money. You can hack in and listen into their phone calls or their text messages. And you can hack in and look at someone's home security footage. I mean, you can hack just about anything. And you can cause a whole, almost citywide blackout. I mean, you can do a lot. And I think some people said that they thought that you should be able to hack more stuff. And, I mean, maybe, but I really don't know what else you would be able to hack. You can even hack someone's explosives that they've got on their body, and then it kills them. I mean, you could hack just about anything that you think would be hackable. And I feel like this game almost feels like a more high-tech GTA. Like, you can drive around, but in GTA you're just driving around. In this game you can drive around and hit a street light, hack a street light and cause a big wreck, or or if you're in a police chase, hack a blocker, it called it, and stop one of the police cars, and I thought that was really neat. I mean, you could hack so much stuff. The next thing that I want to touch on is the missions. There were some missions in the campaign where you had to tell people where they had to go. You had to command them through a security camera, and I think there were only 2 of these. I can think of 2. No, there were three, actually. I can think of three off the top of my head. There was one with some guy I didn't know, one with, this shouldn't be a spoiler, but one with a guy named Bedbug, and one with your sister. And I thought they were really neat. Maybe there could have been more of them, but three was quite a few, and they were spread out. It wasn't like one after another. And they were really neat. They were fun. They were just really cool. The characters in the game, I liked all of the characters. I felt like they were really well done, both your allies and enemies. And it was neat. They were, I mean, it was just really cool. Some of the characters had like plot twists, and that goes on with the story. Like there were plot twists in the story, and the characters felt very good, and I guess like polished. I don't know how to describe it, but they just felt like deep, I guess. Each character felt like they had their own story, and they had their own motives and everything. So the characters felt really good. The next thing, this is kind of going on a different route, is it's kind of like it's the same thing as hacking. It just extends on that. It's profiling people, where you just press square and you have your phone out. You can, I mean, that was really, really neat. You could look at anyone and see everything you'd ever want to know about them, just about. I mean, everything that has any significance. You'd see their name, a random fact about them, their occupation and income, and sometimes even more stuff than that. Like if you hack into their phone and see their text messages. I thought this was really neat. It was cool how every single person kind of had their own story. It wasn't just like GTA where it was just some civilian. You could actually like look at someone and see like what their backstory is, what their occupation is, how much money they make. So I thought that was really neat. The next thing, this is also going on a different route. There were a lot of Easter eggs in this game, and it was really, the Easter eggs I thought were done really well. They were a little bit, I mean, difficult to find. The dead mouse one was part of the main story, but there was a dead mouse one where there was a dead mouse equivalent being in the game as an enemy hacker and a DJ, and you had to take them down before you could keep going on like your main quest. Like he was almost like a thorn in your side coming after you. And there was also an Assassin's Creed Easter egg where it was like the person was playing Assassin's Creed. You can see that on my channel. I'm going to be uploading the Dead Mouse Easter egg also, but the Assassin's Creed Easter egg was really neat. It was like two people playing Assassin's Creed, and you could hear them talking on the TV and talking about it. And there were a lot more that I mean, I haven't found all of them, of course. Those are the two that I could think of right off the top of my head. So the next thing was the free running in this game, the parkour. And it felt a lot like Assassin's Creed. I thought it wasn't exactly like Assassin's Creed, of course. That's the best parkour game, I'd say, maybe other than like Mirror's Edge. It's the most widely played, we'll say that. And you can climb up walls and all that in Assassin's Creed. And in this game, you couldn't like climb up the side of a building and get on top of buildings as easily as you could in Assassin's Creed, but I mean, you could. There were some chase scenes where you could like run and slide over stuff and like jump over walls and just be going after someone, and it felt really good. I just thought it felt kind of like Assassin's Creed, and I mean, I thought it was really well done. And the last thing that I have for the good, there's a lot more good stuff, but the last thing is the online 1v1 hacking, which they also kind of advertised as a big thing for this game. I thought it was really neat. If you haven't played the game and you don't know what I'm talking about, what you did was you joined someone else's single-player game and they didn't know it, and then you try to hack into them and like steal their information, I guess. And then they have to try to find you and kill you, and then you have to try to escape from their session before they kill you. And there were also other hacking modes where you like just watched someone, I think, like you just watched their actions and then you escaped, and maybe something else. Let me look real quick. I've got the game open on the Xbox, on my PS4 right now. Yeah, there's online decryption. I'm actually not sure what that is. Online tailing, which was what I said, you like follow someone. Oops, I closed out of it. I don't know why this isn't going to it. Pressing the button to go to it and it's not working. Okay, but there's different modes, but that's the main mode where you join someone's session and then hack into them. and I thought that was really neat. I only did it a couple of times because I actually tried to, and it wouldn't get me into a game. That was one problem that I had. It wouldn't let me get into a game. But I thought that like I'd search for a game, it'd say like average wait time 2 minutes, and then it just wouldn't find a match. So I don't know what happened with that, but it was really neat. And I think that will add replay value to the game. So things that were bad. The first thing, like I just said, I couldn't get into a match in online hacking. But I mean, my internet is pretty bad, so that might just be the fault of that. The next thing that I thought was bad was the load times. These were the main bad thing, in my opinion. The load times, they were terrible. There weren't that many loading screens, which was a good thing. It just kind of load the whole city, and whenever you died or whenever you started a mission, I think it would be a loading screen. But other than that, there weren't that many loading screens. But the loading times were terrible. I mean, it would take like a whole maybe a minute or more to load. It may have not been a minute. It may have been like, but it was at least like 30 seconds or maybe 45 seconds to load. And I mean, that's just crazy. And on a next gen system where it's got a faster processor, faster video card, and all of that stuff, that was just, I mean, they could have done that better. I felt like it maybe optimized it more or something. I don't know. But I mean, that's not that big of a deal, but it was really annoying. The next thing, this is pretty much the only other bad thing, is that I thought the storyline, the main story, main campaign, I guess you'd call it, I thought it may have been a bit short. I mean, it was pretty long. It was pretty deep, I thought, but it just felt a little bit short. I mean, I finished the game in 2 days. That kind of speaks for itself, I'd say. And I did stay up till 4 a.m. the second day to finish, and I played it like almost non-stop for those 2 days. But still, I mean, 2 days to finish a game is pretty fast, no matter how much you play it. And I mean, it is open world, and there are other missions that I can do, the side missions, but I mean, they don't have any real like meaning behind them. Like, they don't link to other missions as much as that does. So a couple of the things that I just thought of that were good things were whenever you can buy a lot of stuff, there are a lot of stores that you can go into, and that's like a lot like GTA. And you could go into a store and you could actually hold up the store, like any store, like a gun shop you could go in and hold up, or a clothing shop. Whereas in GTA, to hold up a store, you would have to just go to some like random gas station and hold them up, and then they'd give you money. But in this game, you can like be shopping at a store, and then your image comes on the TV as the vigilante, and they'll like be like, oh, you're the vigilante, and then you can like point your gun at them and hold them up and steal their money, and then get out of there before the police get there to arrest you. And I thought that was really neat that you could do that in any shop instead of just the little like gas stations like you could in GTA. The next thing that I was going to talk about was actually can't remember. Just went out of my mind. Oh, one thing, I think that something that this game actually has on GTA, like gets better, is the tracking system, I guess the GPS system you'd call it, the map. First off, the map in the game, it's in 3D, like in the bottom left, the bottom right, my bad. In the bottom right, the map is in 3D. You can actually see the buildings sticking up, and whenever you rotate it, you can see that there are buildings and everything. So that was really neat. The map looked really good, and also whenever you pull it up in on your little whenever you actually pull up the map, it's in 3D. So that's cool. So the map is all in 3D, and whenever you do the tracking, as you could see earlier. It looks really good. It's in blue, and it like shows you exactly where to go on the road, and I thought it looked really good. It just looked really cool, and it like disappeared as you drove over it. And I thought that it was better than GTA's tracking system or GPS system. It was more pretty, I guess. So yeah, I mean, I thought that it was better in that aspect than GTA. One more thing, when you pull up the map, whenever you like actually on PS4 to pull up the map, you tap on the little touchpad, and then it pulls it up, and then you can move around using the analog sticks, but you can also move around with the touchpad itself. You can touch it and move the map around, and you can also zoom in and out with the touchpad with like 2 fingers on the touchpad. So I thought that was really neat, really cool feature for the map. Now, that's about it. I've got my final conclusion. This game did get a little bit overhyped in the phases leading up to its release. I think people thought that it was going to be a lot better than it actually was, which, I mean, I thought it was a really good game. I thought that it was really enjoyable. It does have some replay value, and I think that it was a very good game. And yeah, it was overhyped, and just people just thought it was better than it was. People thought that it was going to be like too good to be true, I think. But overall, I thought that even though there were flaws, for me, the flaws were few and far between, and I thought that it was a very good game. So, thank you guys for watching, and comment, rate, and subscribe for more.